So anyway, I'm Lonnie Appleton. I'm telling you my story. I'm giving it to you in 5-minute increments so that you guys don't get overwhelmed. I understand that I'm speaking to people that were brought up in a popcorn society and you're raising children that have an even lesser attention span than you. So I'm trying to be as cool and as quirky and keep your attention as I can so that you pay me attention because the distractions will keep you in the room. So I know that I have to keep you distracted, but also you have to understand that you've been trained to not be able to sit in a lecture, to sit and listen for an hour and just soak up information. But understand the students that are able to just sit there and soak up information are the students that excel. But there's more of us who cannot focus and pay attention and go into doodle world or go into manipulative. Do you understand all these things that they've created for the ADHD generation is the generation that they have successfully got to stop paying attention. They have you thinking you need medication to focus. And I don't know any type of diagnosis, nothing, but I do understand that there is a percentage of you that needs medication. But there's also a percentage of you that has fallen into space of, well, when I go online and I read these symptoms, it says that I'm this. When I go and I talk to my doctor and I tell him my symptoms, they say that it's this. And I know when I do take this medication, I do feel better and I am able to produce. But what happens when they take your medication and you can't access it? I understand the people, and I understand this is why people who have mental illness try to wean themselves off of their medication. But there's some of them who successfully do. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of mental illnesses going on in here. I have to be able to relate to everybody, so I have to be able to hop into everybody. So yes, I experience everything. That is called an empath. But understand there's a percentage of you that are linked into something that you're not supposed to be linked into. You have created a dependency, and anytime we create a dependency, we now have created an imbalance, and an imbalance is a habit, which is I'm trying to think of the word, and it's in my book, an addiction. You have created an addiction, and whenever you create an addiction, you now have created a god. You have now created a false idol, because instead of going into the space of trusting God's healing powers to deliver you from any type of imbalance, because the God is not imbalanced. Now, are there things that have come into this earth imbalanced? Well, then that's a gift, not a curse. So if God created that gift for you, it's not an imbalance. It is just something for you to figure out how to master. You understand there's people who have no arms and no legs that swim. That's virtually impossible. Look, I'm gonna Google it, but I was about to say there's people with no arms and no legs that swim marathons or run marathons. It's running marathons, but I was gonna say swim marathons. But if you have no arms and no legs, I just can't imagine how you move yourself through the water unless you get mechanical ones. Um, Thank you for breaking that energy up. Anyway, guys, I'm Lonnie Appleton, and I'm telling you my story. Some of you guys will miss my story because my story is checkered. My story involves things that we as Black people have been taught to stay away from. Also, I take you on what I identify as the Lonnie roller coaster, which is my journey. I can tell you my story for entertainment, but if I take you along a journey, then you can learn something, which is a lecture. But our attention span is so short that we can't even sit through a 10-minute video. Do you understand? And we're the generation that's raising the generation that can't sit through a 5-minute video. Do you understand songs used to be 10 minutes long? I couldn't imagine sitting trapped inside of a song. I mean, it's a jam session, I get it. But if you're not flipping it up and flipping it up and flipping it up like a prince, I don't want to sit in your 5-minute jam, 10-minute jam session. Now songs are a minute and 30 seconds because that's how they've managed to shorten our attention span. So I'm Lonnie Appleton. I'm healing journey coach. Lonnie Appleton. I'm a teacher. I'm a coach. I'm a leader. We're here and we're making the move. So make sure you're liking, commenting, and sharing this content with your community.